I learned about the need for something like Jubilee in New Hallville from talking to people who, have been in New Hallville for decades, for generations, who remember years ago, decades ago, when 70% of families in New Hallville were homeowners. And now we get to present day and it's the opposite. Only 30% of people in New Hallville own their homes, 70% are renters. It's really a huge injustice for the folks living there because a lot of these families who have lived in this neighborhood for a long time, this historically Black, historically working class neighborhood, now can't afford to live there and are at risk of getting displaced and kicked out of their homes. And so because of that, we realized, wow, there's like a huge need for something in this community to restore ownership of this community to the people who built this community in the first place and who have been living here and want to stay. That's what Jubilee is all about.
Jubilee New Haven is focused on gathering and equipping Christians in New Haven to seek the good of the city. Our vision is to bring healing and Jubilee to the broken and unjust places of our city so that all people can thrive spiritually, relationally, and economically. In 2022, some of our neighbors were displaced by a pretty horrific fire, and we saw an opportunity for Jubilee to break through in that.
I've lived here for about 15 plus years. So this has always been like a family home. My mom's friend, Mr. Jesse, he was the owner of it, and we would always live here. And Lauren J. Mapp saw me all the time and still knew. It was like, hey, we know the house is being remodeled. Do you think, or would Mr. Jesse ever sell it to you? And I'm like, I don't know, I never thought about that. I always wanted to own my own home. And I think Jubilee helped open my eyes to see the possibilities of actually being a homeowner. They decided to raise money through their organization to help get lenders to loan me that money to purchase the home. It meant a lot to me when I was able to purchase a home. They surprised me one day with balloons and plants outside. And I was just I was very overwhelming. This house is a blessing, honestly.
We purchased a blighted 2-family home on our block that we're currently in the process of renovating and using as the anchor project for starting a community land trust.
When housing is part of a community land trust, it's both required to be affordable for the first owner and it stays affordable for anyone in the future who's going to be living in that unit. That helps preserve affordability for the entire community forever.
The Jubilee Community Land Trust promotes permanent housing affordability, ownership opportunities, and neighborhood solidarity through community stewardship of land. In practice, we want people to pay less than what they are struggling to pay in rent for far superior housing and own their home, while we as a community work together to restore beauty and ownership. Some ways that you as a community can get involved include living in and owning a Jubilee home, joining us in a service day, or partnering financially, or using your unique skills and passions to build this work.
If you want New Haven to be a place where everyone in New Haven, no matter what their race or class background is, can thrive and be a part of a thriving community in our city, you want to get involved with Jubilee.